Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be working on this little patriotic stack. They're individual, but when you stack them on top of each other, they make a really cute little home decor. So basically the same concept as we did with our last video. We will be doing the template on the paper, or on the wood, excuse me. I went ahead and pre-cut and sanded and painted them all. You don't need to watch me paint or watch paint dry. So I went ahead and got those ready to go. And we are going to just put the stencils on and paint them. So that's going to be the first step. We're going to go ahead and do that right now. And then we will be back in a moment. Okay, guys, like I said, it's a learning thing. I forgot to hit record, so I took a few photos apparently instead of recording. So I'm just going to talk. We did use transfer tape, as you can see. Once I transferred the images onto the transfer tape and then onto the wood, did use a little bit of painter's tape to cover some of those edges. Then I went ahead and painted. One thing that I could have done better was burnish down the stencil a little bit. You'll see later on why that makes sense. Then I went ahead and painted with the white. I did find that I needed to do 2 coats of the white because it doesn't look quite as crisp as I wanted it to. So I did 2 coats on that. Okay, so it looks like our paint is dry. Go ahead and take this stuff off. Let's see what we're left with. So this looks like it worked out pretty good. Oh yeah, that looks good. So we'll peel all this off, and really, the only thing else we'll have left to do is just do a little sanding around the edges, and we're done. So this was a pretty simple, easy craft. Yes, I did the sanding and painting of this stuff ahead of time, but that was just to save the video from being 6 hours long. Wanted to make it, you know, a more manageable time frame for you to watch, you know, a quick crafting video. I like to watch the shorter ones sometimes, so I can get the idea and then move forward with what I want to do. But all right, come on. Ugh, sticky stuff. I did get a little bit of paint outside the lines on this one. It looks like at the bottom. I put the painter's tape at the top, but I didn't put it on the bottom. That's really hard to see on the blue, but I'm going to sand the edges on this anyway, so I think it'll end up being fine. So there's that one, and then let's peel this one off. Oh, that looks good. I like the way that looks. Yeah, that looks really nice. Okay, so for some reason, all of the other ones did really well, but this one bled, and I don't know why. Maybe I didn't burnish it down good enough, I don't know, but there's quite a few little areas that I'm not super happy with. So I will end up probably painting over this one and doing it over, because I don't like, that's a lot of bleed, and I don't like the way that looks. It doesn't look crisp, so I'll probably end up painting over it and doing it over again. But just for the purpose of the video here, I'll show you what we do next and, you know, finish it off so you can at least see the finished product. And then I'll go back and fix that. It looks like I bent my tweezers, which kind of makes me sad because these are my favorite tweezers. But, so yeah, you can see on this one, didn't do so well. Kind of bled here and here and here and here and everywhere. So, kind of, I guess, a good argument for doing the Mod Podge method, because you can ensure that won't happen. But, you know, the other 3 that I did turned out just fine. So I'm guessing it was just a one-off, and that's okay. So next step we have is to clean up my mess, number 1, so that everything stops sticking to me. And then we'll sand the edges and we'll be done. Okay, so when we're sanding, I like to use a sanding block. You can do a couple different things. You can do a piece of wood with sandpaper wrapped on it. I like these foam ones that you buy at the store that are kind of squishy. They're easier to hold on to. And you very simply just sand the edges of the wood so that it shows through on the edge. And it's just to give it kind of that rustic look. Makes kind of a mess, but in the end result, it looks really good. So it just kind of gives it that. You can see the wood around the edges. That's kind of what we're going for. So we just do that on all of these, and then we are done. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I'll probably fast forward through this section so you don't have to watch me sand everything, and then we'll be back to show you the finished product. Okay, so I got those all done. That's lots of stuff that came off. So one other thing that I will probably do to these before I would consider them actually finished is I would put a clear coat on them. Probably Mod Podge, since it's kind of an indoor craft. I would assume Mod Podge would work just fine for that. That's probably the route that I'll go, is the Mod Podge, just because it'll kind of seal everything in and make it look nice. Kind of give it a gloss. They also have a matte finish Mod Podge you could do also. I like the glossy look just because it looks clean and you can wipe it off easy when it has the gloss. But that's pretty much the end of this craft. Thank you so much for watching. We are done with this one. I am going to go back and fix this because I'm not really happy with the way that turned out. It looks a little bit, you know, bleedy, I guess. I don't know what the word would be. But anyway, so this is our craft. We are all done. There it is. Hope you guys enjoyed watching today, and thank you again for hanging out with me in my craft room. Our next video will be this fun wood sign. It's reversible. It says, "Oh, hello, spring and summertime." Really fun craft. Stay tuned.